with me in myself, my true being here. I have my sequence here that I prepared for how I'm feeling today. This is what it is. So before we start, I just wanted to suggest a few things. Remembering to listen to your body, modify the poses as needed. You could use blocks, blankets, pillows, just really listening to what your body is telling you in the moment. And it's all about enjoying what you're doing. It's not about getting into a difficult pose and suffering. Yoga is supposed to be, mindful movement and just connecting with yourself, your mind, and your body and your spirit. So it should be something that's enjoyable, not something that you dread doing. There's different kinds of yoga, but this is nice, relaxing, strengthening, but still, it's listening to yourself. Okay? Focus on your breath. So let your breath guide you. Let it deepen and lengthen as you move through each pose. So for me, I like to, when I'm inhaling, I like to really when it's those poses of lengthening through the spine, standing tall, just kind of adjusting myself. And then when I'm exhaling, I like to match it with a twisting or a releasing or a bending. Okay, so just really focusing on your breath and matching it with the movement. Embracing emotions that come up. So allow yourself to feel all your emotions during the practice. Release with each exhale, like I was saying. So a lot of times I'll have statements that we can say, intentions, or just reminding us of what we should be doing in this moment, being present in this moment, what each pose is focused on doing for yourself, not only physically but mentally and emotionally. So just embracing any emotions that come, observing them and noticing them and moving from there, moving through them. Be honest with yourself about your limits and your needs. So be aware of your strengths. Appreciate yourself in the moment. So instead of thinking about it as, oh, I can't do that, find a way, that you can come together with that pose that works for you on this day, in this moment. Because lots of times, myself, I'm able to do certain poses and I even surprise myself, oh, I could do that, wow. And then certain times I'm like, oh no, what happened? I was doing this before, why can't I do it? And I catch myself, and instead of saying that, just appreciate what the body is doing in the moment. And we're allowed to feel different things and experience it different ways. It's okay, totally okay. So being honest of what you can do in this moment and accepting it and moving through it, moving with it, flowing with it instead of against it. Be patient with yourself, which is kind of the same thing. It takes time, to develop certain things. It takes time. Change takes time. Practicing over time, it helps you to develop courage, to release the past and embrace the present moment. So just a perfect example of how, sometimes I may be limiting myself, saying, oh, I can't do this, why can't I do this? I was able to do it before. Let that go. It's not needed. It doesn't serve us to be thinking in that way. Use whatever you can't do in the moment, your weakness, use it, to become stronger, to improve, to progress. Don't think about it in a way that doesn't serve you. So we have to be patient with ourselves, love ourselves, nurture ourselves, care for ourselves, and each and everything that we're doing. It's so super important, and it could be difficult to remember that. And it's okay, practice makes better. So I also wanted to invite you to have a notebook, a journal, something nearby, if that's something that you are open to. You don't have to. And yeah, I'm gonna be going, by my notes, because I'm not gonna sit here and try to remember everything. I'm just gonna come to you from my authentic self, and I'm flowing in this moment with my notes, and hopefully I remember to look at the notes. But yeah, so we can begin in easy pose. Cross your legs if that's what feels good to you. You can sit on a blanket if that's more comfortable, and if possible, lower your gaze or close your eyes gently. And we're gonna do the Ujjayi breath. So that's the one where we're making the sound and we're breathing through our nose and breathing out through our nose. So just inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Your hands could be on your lap. You can have them face down on the earth. Maybe you want to feel more grounded that way. Or maybe you want to be receiving and have your palms face up. So however you choose, there's no wrong or right way. You can also place them on your chest and belly. Whatever is going to help you to better connect with your breath. So let's begin taking those breaths in through the nose. Exhaling through your nose. And allow yourself to breathe at your own pace doing this. Really connect with your breath. Feel the breath filling into your body. Feel it coming out of your body. And as you keep doing this, as you keep connecting to your breath, if it feels good to you, think, say in your mind or out loud, I am brave. I release the old me. I embrace the present. I am brave. I release the old me. try, embrace the present. Take your last inhale and exhale here through your nose. Open up your eyes, smile. Gently bring some movement in the shoulders. Roll them back, front. Give yourself gentle twists here, whatever you feel you need to do in this moment. Gentle taps, just really feel into and experiment with yourself. And when you're ready, bring yourself to tabletop so we can begin with some cow-cat movements. Okay, so pressing here through the palms. Gently inhaling and exhaling. When you come into your cat, you're going to do this at your own pace, focusing on letting go, on releasing, on relieving. Maybe bring some motion to the hips. Just focusing on matching the breath with the movement. So in cow, you're breathing in. In cat, you're breathing out. And use whatever breath you want here. You can continue with your Ujjayi breath, or you can just breathe in and out through the mouth. Just focusing on releasing some tension here from the spine. Maybe you gently press forward and back. Maybe you play around with your hands here, facing the fingertips out towards your body, towards each other. Just feeling comfortable here, loosening up. One more breath here, one more round. And from here, we're gonna focus going more into the legs. So you can use your blocks or not. We're gonna come into a low lunge. Okay, so you can place your hands on the mat, or you can use your blocks at any height, whatever feels good to you. And just coming into this low lunge, bending forward, making sure that your ankle is below your knee. And you can adjust and lean in as much as you'd like here. Just really leaning into this low lunge. Breathing, releasing old patterns, releasing old beliefs, things that don't serve. Then maybe straighten that leg and bring the hips back. And then just bring some movement into this, rocking back and forth gently. Inhaling, exhaling as you come back. Last rock here. hips back. You can stay here, or you can sit on your heel. I'm still using my blocks. You can lean forward if you like, grabbing your leg, foot, shifting the blocks forward. Come up, tuck the toes, and then see how that feels, leaning on your toes tucked into the floor. Right? Just experiment with your body and see what that feels like. Okay, from here, we're gonna bring this leg out to the side, coming into gate pose. Okay? Lengthening here the spine, inviting release and expansion as we reach here towards this leg, taking the opposite hand and then bending gently over to the side. So I'm going to turn myself around so you can see what that looks like. So my leg is out to the side. My hand is on my shin, reaching over, or your thigh, whatever you want it to be. And then you're just gonna bend over here. Opening up. To where it's comfortable for you. The top of your foot could be in the floor, or you can have your toes tucked in, whatever is more comfortable. Maybe you try both. Again, finding space. And then exhaling and releasing, bending. One more breath here. And then maybe let's try folding over on the opposite side, so you can place your hand on the block or the mat. And now bring this arm over to the other side. Coming up from here. And now let's try this on the opposite leg. So let's bring our my left foot forward into the low lunge. And coming, leaning in as much as you like. Having your blocks however you like to position best for you today. Again, focusing on just releasing here. Gently begin to rock forward and back. This low lunge. And then sit the hips back onto that heel and fold forward. Remembering to try different things, use blocks, no blocks. Really breathing into each pose, into each movement. And tucking my toes, seeing how that feels for me today. Coming up, and we're gonna do our gate pose on this side. So bringing that leg that was out in front out to the side now. And I'll turn this way again. So it's easier to see. I'm going to reach my left hand on my left leg, lengthening through the spine, and then bending over this way towards the leg and hand, and just to where it feels right. Focusing on releasing and inviting expansion here. Okay, coming out of that. I'm going to use my block to now lean this way. Almost forgot. Trying different things. Gently coming out from there, we're going to go into a child's pose. So bringing your toes together, bringing your knees apart, sit back on your heels if that's comfortable to you. You can also put a blanket beneath or a block, and then slowly stretch your arms out in front if that feels good to you. If not, you can keep them close. Okay, and then bring your forehead to the mat or to a block. So try different things, see what works for you today, what feels more comfortable. And we're gonna just breathe in deeply in this child's pose, surrendering to this moment, surrendering to any emotions that you might be feeling, and just really shedding old layers here. Okay, so let's take a few breaths here in child's pose. Remembering, I'm encouraging you to try different things. If you want to come over to the side, bring your arms to the right. Maybe bring your arms over to the left. And back to center. Just invite movement. Breathe deeply here, a few more breaths. When you're ready, begin to gently lift your head from the mat. And here you can take a moment to pause and journal anything that came up during these moments of movement. Anything, that came up that you wish to let go, to release. So you can take that time now to do that. You can pause and just do that for yourself, or you can save it to the end, or maybe just jot down a few notes of anything that came up. so that later on you can come back to that. So that's up to you. If not, then let's come up gently to mountain pose. So mountain pose, we are nice, standing tall, feet both firmly in the ground, about hip width apart, okay? Or together, that's up to you, that's your choice, whatever feels better to you. Just bringing the belly button in towards the spine, making sure, like I have this problem where I stand like this and have to catch myself and just bring in my pelvis to the front, okay? Hands are at your sides and your palms are facing forward. So we're gonna just focus on that, focusing on courage and inner strength here in this pose. Let's think, my body is strong and capable. I am brave. So let's just do that for a few breaths. And maybe you want to switch on and off from the Ujjayi breath. Maybe you take a few of those breaths and then come back to a regular breath, regular breathing. I'll repeat that for you. My body is strong and capable. I am brave. One more breath here. And from here, let's bring our left foot behind us. And we're going to go into a warrior one. So front leg, right leg is bent. Back leg is straight. Making sure that your hips are facing forward, so you might have to widen the distance of your feet. And the back toes are at a diagonal. I believe it's about 45 degrees diagonal. Front toes are facing forward, chest out. Bringing the arms up, if that feels good. Bringing a small bend to the back, if that feels good. So I'm gonna turn this way to also show what that looks like. And remembering that our bodies are all different and move in different ways, so you don't have to look exactly how I'm looking. And just getting into the best position that suits you today. So front facing hips, back toes at a diagonal, and bending this front leg. And bending that as where you feel comfortable to it. You might have to adjust your stance. And really having your whole foot on the floor, both feet. So breathe here in your warrior one. And we're feeling our power here, resilience. Our body is powerful beyond measure. So let's just focus on that. And on that next exhale, you can bring yourself out of that small back bend, and we're gonna go for our warrior two. So now we're adjusting the feet again. Bringing the back toes now facing the side, and we're opening the hips to the side. Bending that right knee still. Seeing if we're matching up heel to heel. Focus on what feels good in your body. I remember one time somebody told me you can come against the wall and kind of straighten yourself out against the wall, you know, so that you can be nice and tall and you're not like leaning and bending over, because sometimes I find that happens. So just keeping that front knee bent, back leg straight, and the whole foot is on firm into the mat, into the surface. You could bring your hands to at shoulder height, and maybe you look over those fingers. Standing strong here in your warrior two. Embodying your confidence, your inner strength. Being strong and grounded here. Okay, I'm going to begin to step my way out of that warrior two and come in for a tree balancing pose. Just gotta remember which side that I'm doing, because I don't want to do the same side twice. So we're gonna go with the right foot first, and you can use the floor as a kickstand here, right? Bringing your heel to your ankle, or you can use a wall or chair to support you. You can even come to a block. You can even place your foot on a block and practice this pose. So there's so many different ways that you can do this. You can bring it to your shin, or you can bring it to your thigh. And just remembering that your hips are facing forward. You're aiming for your knee to come out to the side. You're pressing firmly through that standing balancing foot. And really try to press your foot into your thigh. Trying to find a nice focal point where you can stay centered, balanced, and your hands could be wherever you'd like them to be. And it's okay to come in and out. I'm getting distracted with other things happening around me, and that's okay. We just come back and refocus. Pressing those hips forward, shoulders away from the ears. Taking a few breaths here. If you really want to challenge yourself, you can close your eyes. Breath here and come down out of that. So now we're going to come into doing everything on the opposite leg. So we can start with, now I'm trying to remember. we can go totally backwards and come into, actually, let's do that. Let's do everything backwards so that we work our way back that way. So now let's practice the tree pose on the opposite side. So remembering focal point. Trying not to lean over to the side and really trying to bring those hips forward. Stand up nice and tall, bringing that knee out to the side, and focus on activating both legs here. Foot pressing into the thigh, and thigh pressing into the foot. And try not to clench the toes into the mat. Just try to have your whole foot on the mat without clenching, which could be challenging as well. So one more breath here. And then come out of that And now let's go into our warrior two on the opposite leg. So now we're bending the left leg. Seeing if our heels kind of match up a bit. Bringing our chest out. Toes, back toes now. These are our back toes now, are facing the side, and the left toes are facing the side here, or the front, and arms are at shoulder height. And then you can begin to look over those fingertips, pressing deeper into that bend. So right, we inhale, we adjust, and then we exhale and go deeper into that bend, still maintaining the upper body where it is. So you might have to adjust your foot. I am strong and grounded. Okay, from here, we're going to move back into our warrior one, where now our hips are facing forward. That knee is still bent, back leg is still straight, but we're bringing the toes in a little bit more. So we're at a diagonal, and remembering that you might have to widen your stance here so that your hips stay facing forward, and so that you can bend the front leg. So just try your best to gauge that, and where it feels good, where it feels comfortable, how wide you have to bring your feet. Mine are really wide apart. So here I am bending this foot in the diagonal, straight, and the more I want to bend into that, the wider I may have to bring my feet so that my hips are facing forward. Bringing the arms up if you wish, and then small, tiny back bend. And then coming out of that, be a lot here. We're going to slowly bring ourselves down to the mat. So let's take a nice inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, press the palms to the surface and step or jump your way back. And here we are in plank. Fingers are spread wide apart, pressing the palms and the fingertips into the mat firmly, shoulders away from the ears, and you can adjust your feet here if you want to bring them a little wider apart or keep them close together. Belly is tight, bringing that belly button in towards the spine, and everything is activated. So activate your legs here, nice and strong. If this is too much, you can come to a half plank and bringing the knees to the mat, or maybe you switch, back and forth. One more breath here. Now lower your knees if they weren't. And now we're going to come to our forearms for a forearm plank. I'm sorry. A forearm plank, where we're building further strength, resilience, continuing on from that full plank. And from here, you can stay here, or you have the choice to come into a dolphin pose. So this could be an option, okay, where you stay on your knees bring your hips up. Or if you come to this full forearm plank, forearms are in the mat, and then you can lift your hips up towards the ceiling the best that you can, because I know mine is not perfect, and that's okay. And we're just gonna go back and forth. So take a nice inhale here, and then exhale into your dolphin. And inhale plank, and exhale dolphin. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, and exhale. And bring the knees down to the mat. Whew. And let me turn my page here. Sweating, that builds up some sweat. And let's come now to a more resting pose. We're gonna go into a bridge, but I did want to show you some options of the bridge. You can have a supported bridge in this case, with the block under the sacrum, a blanket also, and I've seen people put the block in different places. So maybe do what's more comfortable for you, right? So regular bridge, you're gonna press through the heels and press the hips up. If you want, you can place the block beneath the sacrum, as I said, on the flat side, or maybe you want to do it on the medium side, and just feeling the earth support you here. Okay, some people I noticed that they put the block more on the lower back. So I still say do what feels better to you. You can also go to the tallest part of the block, and that's totally uncomfortable for me, so I'm not even going to do it because that bothers me. Okay, or you can put a pillow or a rolled up blanket or towel beneath you, and you don't have to come up high. This is just the pose. Let me get my notes. So here we are in our supported bridge. We're gonna focus on our breath and just relax and take a few breaths here. You can use your hands at your sides, palms into the surface, and try not to move your head around. I know I just did. You shouldn't. You should be looking straight up. And if you don't like the idea of being supported by the block or blanket, you can just come up here, stay here, and clasp your fingers beneath you. I'm gonna go for the supported today. It feels really good to me. And your ankles could be under your knees. But if it feels comfortable for you to have them a little further out, that is okay too. Remember that everything is okay in your body as long as you're not in pain. So take a few last breaths here. Gently remove that from beneath you, and we're going to go over to our recline spiral twist. And here, let's invite that Ujjayi breath back. And focus on twisting the old out, making space for the new. Okay, twisting the old out and making space for the new. And a few ways you can do this reclining twist. You can keep that leg straight, and then you can come over to your left with that opposite leg. Shoulders should be on the surface. Okay, you can look up or you can look to the right, which is opposite to where your knee is. You can place a block beneath you if you want to do it that way, but your knee doesn't quite reach the floor, right? So we can use these blocks and blankets just to bring the earth closer to us and help us to get into better alignment. If you don't like the way that feels, you can have both your knees bent, bringing them over to the side, and you can still use a block or a blanket in between your knees. So try whatever works for you. Try all ways. And breathe here in your Ujjayi breath. In and out through the nose. Let's do a few breaths. Also, you can have your palms facing up or facing the surface. One more breath here. Slowly bringing one leg over at a time and doing that on the opposite side. So I'll show you on this side what I did. This bottom leg could be straight. Bringing the top knee over. You can place the block on the surface to have it meet you. Shoulders on the surface, and you can have your head looking upward to the side, the opposite side. Or you can have both knees bent over to the side and focusing on twisting out, right? Twisting out the old to make space for the new. We have to twist out the old to make space for the new. We have to transform that energy to have more space for the new and less for the old. However you want to look at it, change is happening. There's always change happening, and we welcome it with love. One more breath here, breathing through the nose and out through the nose. And releasing that one leg at a time. And then we can spend, please don't get up the way I did. We can spend a few moments in having the legs up the wall, which is a practice I always say I want to do more. So let's do that together right now. I'm going to bring my mat. I forgot to mention that earlier. If there's a way for you to have a wall nearby or even a chair where you can rest your shins on the chair, that would be good. So you can bring yourself close up to the wall. Lay down. And then bring your legs up the wall, and it does really feel good once you're there relaxing doing this. here you have to get closer. And just relax here with your legs at the wall. Rest. This helps to calm your nervous system and promotes deeper relaxation. So this is really great when we're about to go to sleep also. And just think, we're always with our opposite, right? We're always with our legs, our feet to the floor. So let's give a chance for energy to flow the opposite direction in our body. Breathe in this present moment. Fill your body with the now. I am present. I am here. This is feeling the now. Now you can either stay here resting in this position, or you can come bring your legs down to the mat. It's up to you, whatever feels more comfortable. And just focus on some soft, deep breaths. Unless you're really enjoying the Ujjayi breath, but if not, just come back to soft, deep breathing. Reminding yourself that you're present in this moment. Sometimes we start having our thoughts drift to other places, things that we have to do. So just try to take these few minutes for yourself and really be in this moment, connected to this moment, feeling a sense of calm, a sense of belonging to this moment here and now. Continue relaxing. I'm literally setting a timer for us. If you want to stay here, turn the video off, but I'm going to just set a 1-minute timer here just to really sink into this moment. Continue here, you can, but for the sake of this video, I'm going to begin to close this session. So if your legs are up the wall, or on the surface, begin to bring yourself out of that carefully, pressing yourself up on the floor. Putting myself up here, bringing my notes. Let's come to our easy seat. Taking a nice inhale with our arms up, exhaling, hands to heart center, and then just focusing on gratitude here. Show yourself gratitude for being here in this moment, for taking time to practice this mindful movement, to practice letting go, to practice spacing certain thoughts, and just releasing, embracing, relieving, and just being you in the moment. Thank you to me, I'm saying, for allowing myself to be authentic and for sharing myself as I am, not trying to be perfect. You know, sometimes I feel like, oh, I don't want to do this because I want to know everything and I want to be smooth with it and I want to show them that I know what I'm talking about. But I am growing and learning daily. My mind is working the way it's supposed to be, and I am being present in this moment, and I am celebrating that. I'm celebrating myself and my authenticity and my beautiful being and my soul that wants to show the world who it really is, who I really am. And I am letting go of trying to be, you know, this perfect picture of what I think things should be like. Things are the way they are. I'm accepting and I go back and forth daily, and that's okay. I'm aware of it and I'm working with it. And so thank you for being here with my authentic self, and I'm thanking the universal energies, thinking God, I'm thinking just everything that has to do with everything, because we are all one with creation, all one with nature, and I'm just very thankful for messages or for just listening to my inner self that decides to do these things at the last minute. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we're going to end it with saying, I am brave. Breathing into that. I have released the old. I keep continuing to release the old. I welcome in the new. I continue embracing the new. I am present. I am strong. I am centered. I am sealing this in. The light in me sees the light in you. Sending all the positive vibes, sending out all the love and light with all my heart. Thank you, thank you, thank you.